It's your coach that knows recruits the most. Recruit the Mitten podcast is episode 1. I got an exclusive interview for you guys today. I'm really excited. One of Michigan's top shooters, great recruit coming out of the state of Michigan. He attends Orchard Lake St. Mary's. I want you guys to really dig deep on this one. This is a good one. I'm excited. We got Will Smythe here. So introduce yourself to the podcast, Will.
Hey guys, I'm Will Smythe. I'm a class of 2021 guard out of Michigan. I'm 6'4", 165, and I'm excited to be on this podcast.
Awesome, man. So how's training been going for you guys at Orchard Lake?
It's been good. It's kind of crazy during like the pandemic with like wearing the mask and stuff, but we've just been doing our best to get working, get in the weight room, get bigger, stronger, getting shots up, stuff like that.
Now, have you guys been working out outside, or what kind of different things you guys been doing during the pandemic that normally you probably wouldn't be doing?
Yeah, during the summer mostly, like now it's getting colder, so we've been in the gym more, but we have outdoor courts at St. Mary's, so we were able to do outside workouts and get shots up there, and there's like, I think there's like 6 rims on the outdoor like concrete slab, so it's been good.
Okay, awesome. Now you guys are also playing in a fall league, correct?
Yeah, at the Tyndall Center in Detroit, yeah.
Okay, how's that been going? How you guys been playing?
It's been good. We've been playing good. It's good getting to like know how everyone plays together and getting that chemistry going for this year, but it's been well, and we're playing hard, and we've been winning games, so it's been good.
It's always good when you win it.
Yeah,
always
definitely.
good when you win it. But that's key. Like some of these fall leagues is really crucial now, especially with the pandemic, because you're able to learn how other people play, gain chemistry, able to get some good reps in because you can't really practice and get in the gyms. So that's really the only opportunity that you have to be on the floor. So tell me about this summer. This summer you played AAU. A lot of people didn't play AAU. You had the opportunity to do so. So tell us about how you played AAU this summer with Reach on the NY2LA circuit.
It was really fun playing on the circuit, on the NYLA circuit this summer. We played a lot of good competition. We played against, I think it was like 3 like Adidas or EYBL circuit teams because they didn't have their circuit, so they were in the NY to LA with us.
Okay.
So every game was a dogfight that we played. We didn't play any bad teams that we were running out of the gym. Like every game we had to come and play, and it was definitely good to get out there and compete against those top kids.
So you played against some really high level recruits and teams. So that's a good thing because it prepares you for your high school season, and it prepares your game too, because you get better playing against better guys. Let's be honest. You don't get better playing the little sisters of the poor. You get better playing the Power 5 and the big time schools and guys that's gonna play college. So that's awesome. What did it do for your game though? Because it seems like if we could just transfer back last year, I don't think people knew that you could play like you can play now. So what was the difference this summer in your game and your confidence that on how you playing now? Because it's rolling. Now you're rolling, and people don't understand what confidence can do to your game. So I want you to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, I'd definitely say like I'm a completely different player than I was from a year from now. Like I've grown a lot, I've got stronger, I've got better, and I'm definitely more confident than I was. Playing on the NYLA circuit with like Coach Marcus and you, like it's really helped my confidence grow, and like even against those top-notch players, like it's if you're playing scared, you'll never be successful. And out there I was just playing to play and have fun and go out there and do my best, and no matter the results, just give it my all. And I think that was really big for me, and like not worrying, like not playing without worrying about messing up, and just going out there and just, if you play hard, that's all you can really control. So I think that was the biggest thing, just playing hard and not worrying about messing up, because when like you play like worry free and you're loose, like that's when I was way better now, and that was when I was shooting the ball better too.
Speaking of college, how are your grades like, and what's your recruiting look like right now?
Grades wise, I'm doing well academically. I have all A's and I'm at the top of my class. I have a 13.
Whoa, back up, rewind. Hold on, I want people to understand what you just said. Did you just say all A's and the top of your class? I just want to make sure I heard that.
Yeah, I have all A's and I'm like top, like I think top 5th percentile in my class. So
okay, all right.
Yeah. And then for my SAT, I'm like 93rd percentile. So I've always taken academics seriously. And then recruitment wise, like it stinks not being able to go see these schools that I've been talking to, but I've just been doing like phone calls and Zoom calls. And I'm just most worried about like going somewhere that'll like set me best up for the future. Cause I know like one day the ball is going to stop bouncing. So I just want to be at like a place that has a good network and that will set me up to be successful in the future.
Now that's a myth, just so you know. One day the ball stop bouncing, it's a myth. It is. Because for us real basketball people, the ball don't stop bouncing. Now you might find other places to play. You might find other ways to be involved with the game. But for like people like me, my ball ain't never stopped bouncing. But I was a player, I was a coach, I've been a scout, I've been coached AAU, I've coached high school, college. For me, the ball is never going to stop bouncing. But not everybody can say that. So when I say that's a myth, that's what I mean. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah.
I'm always going to be involved with the game. But what are some of the schools you've been talking to?
I've been talking to VMI, the Citadel, Navy, and then also U Chicago, Wash U, Hillsdale, and Kalamazoo.
Okay.
So,
That's a wide range of schools right there, including some academic schools. So what's important to you when picking a school? Do you want to play college basketball? And if you do, is staying at home important? Is going to a high academic school important? Is going D1 important? Like, what is when we talk about recruiting, because this is Recruit the Mitten podcast, what is important to you when it comes to your recruiting?
Definitely just going somewhere that I'm happy at, like that I'd be even if I wasn't playing basketball, just in case something happens with like injuries or like you never know what's going to happen.
Never know.
Definitely somewhere that I'm happy and somewhere that will challenge me academically. So I think that's the biggest thing. And also I just started talking to MIT too, so I'm excited about that. They're really high academic. Yeah.
That's like we talk about, there's academic schools and then there's the upper echelon of academic schools.
Yeah.
I would put MIT in the upper echelon of academic schools, that because I mean they're gonna put you in place to do whatever you're trying to do. You're trying to be a CEO, president, whatever you're trying to do, you could get it done at MIT. So that's pretty cool. So tell me about your game. What's the best part of your game, and what's something that you need to work on?
I'd say the best part of my game is definitely my shooting ability and just making the right play. And then I'd say the biggest thing that I need to work on, it's a few things, but I think the biggest thing that'll help me is like getting bigger and stronger, because that'll help me with the on-ball defense, rebounding. Because I know at the next level, like the speed of the game and the size of the players, like it'll be different than high school. So I think that'll be the biggest adjustment for me. So that's what I've been trying to work on the most.
And that's key. What I try to tell, especially when I was recruiting high school seniors, is the biggest adjustment that they're going to have to make is the demands on your body and being able to be in shape and be able to handle that workload. Because playing college basketball is tough. Playing any sport in college is tough because it's the demands of your body. And if you're not ready for it, it's a 21-year-old junior or senior that's ready, that's waiting for you. Like, oh, this Will guy, he can't get my minutes. And they're going to make sure that you going to be, it's different. When you play against guys that are older, bigger, and stronger, like you need to have that weight conditioning. So that's going to be key for you going forward. What do you think about the season? Do you think we're going to play? Do you think we're going to have a season? What are some of the things that you're hearing about playing at Orchard Lake and the upcoming season?
Well, I'm praying that we have a season. I'm really hopeful because I think our team, we definitely have a chance to make a run and get a ring. So, but the thing that like worries me a little bit is like with the football teams, like they're outside and they're still getting like games canceled. But I wouldn't have an issue if we like wore a mask and played with no spectators. Because I just think I just definitely want to play, no matter how we do it.
I'm with you on that. And speaking of your team, you do have a pretty good team, able to play with some of the best players in the state. Kareem Rozier, we've talked about on this podcast, Julian Roper, Jason Drake. What is it like playing with other players that are really good?
It's super fun, and I like it a lot. It makes the game easier for me too, because having a point guard like Kareem, he's one of the best passers in the state, no doubt. Like,
sure.
Yeah, he makes it really easy. I can just run hard in transition and he'll find me. Julian Roper, super athletic. He's super, like they're all super unselfish. Deuce, he can score a lot. And they all open up the floor, and I think it'll just be hard to beat us because of all the weapons that we have.
That's true. And people always say iron sharpens iron. And that's true in this case when we talk about basketball. is being around and playing with other good players. It makes you better. You got to up your game.
Yeah, definitely.
But it prepares you in the future because you always gonna bump into somebody that if they're not just as good as you, they might be better. And you have to find out like, okay, like how do I play against a guy that's bigger, faster, stronger? Like how do I play against? And you learn that with playing against other high-level players like some of the guys on your team. So that's really key. So we talked about your recruiting. Your recruiting has picked up. You've been visiting schools virtually. So what do you think? Do you think that you might commit to a school before the season, after the season, or what are you thinking?
I have no timeline as of now. I'm still doing like all these phone calls, and I've been doing some application to certain schools. A lot of their deadlines are coming up, so I've been applying to them, but there's no like set date of when I plan to commit or anything.
That's awesome. That's awesome. The one good thing to have is to have options. And for this 2021 class, it's going to be a lot less options for a lot of basketball players because you got seniors that can come back. You've got JUCO kids that can go to school for free and not lose eligibility. And I'm going to tell you right now, there's a lot of schools that's just going to skip over the 21 class, even skip over the 22 class and say, you know what, for a couple of years, I'm going after transfers and JUCOs because that's how they talk. So you want to have options. I'm grateful that you have options because I wouldn't have you on this podcast if you didn't. And if you didn't, it's a reason to be on here to get some more interest involved. So before we wrap this up, what's one thing that you would like people to know about you, the player, the athlete, just something if nobody has ever seen you play or have heard of you before, what's one thing you want them to know about you?
One thing that I'd say that I want people to know about me is I'll always make the right play and the winning play, no matter what.
Okay.
I'd like to think that I'm a very unselfish player, and I like to see my teammates succeed just as much as I like to succeed. So I think I'm a good teammate too.
So you're a team firm. You're a we guy, not a me guy. You're a we guy.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, I'm gonna wrap this thing up. I want to appreciate you coming on this podcast, Recruit the Mitten, one of the hottest recruits in the past couple of months. And you put in the work. You've put in the work. You've got in the lab. You've gotten bigger. You've gotten stronger. You've gained some confidence. So I want to thank you for doing that because it's gonna help you in the long run. And I really appreciate you joining us on this podcast. And hopefully you have a great season at Orchard Lake. And we're going to be following your progress and retweeting you and all that good stuff because you've earned it in the classroom and on the floor. So I just want to thank you for coming on my podcast. And hopefully it all works out for you pretty soon.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Coach.
Yeah, no problem. I'll talk to you later, Will. Thanks for coming.
All right, thank you.
All right, see you.